We back, GTKE episode.
Gang, gang.
Damn.
Let's go.
Damn, never forgot. We gonna put it in the shits below. We got my guy Kayne in the building. How you feeling, bro?
Hey, what's up? It's your boy Kayne Dynell.
Kayne Dynell.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome to the show, man.
Welcome, bro.
Hell yeah. How'd you come up with your name, bro? What's that name mean?
That's my first name and my middle name.
Word.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I got it actually because I used to dance back in since 2009, and my person that I watched, Idol, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I smoked a little bit before this, so I might be a little
That's
slow.
all good.
But his name's Daniel Jerome, one of the sickest dancers out of the PNW for sure. But he also kind of did the whole first and middle, so that's what I did. I was like Kayne Dynell, and so when I started making music after dancing, I was like, Kayne Dynell, that sticks. As a choreographer, we'll just switch it right over to a rock star.
That's crazy. My middle name is Dontrell. So pretty close.
Dontrell, there you go.
We in the D game, man. Hell
Hey.
yeah. So origins with the music. You saying you got a background in dancing.
Yeah.
So it all started with dancing, you would say?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, it was drill team. There was this girl that was really cute. Her name was Rachel, in second grade. She's actually my best friend still. We just don't talk like that no more. But
Shout out Rachel.
in second grade, she was like, "You should do drill team," and I was like, "That's a little weird, I don't know if I could do that." And then she was like, "There's gonna be cute girls and yada yada."
What's drill team? if you
Drill
don't mind
team's like
asking?
it's kind of like JROTC and
Is that like with the
JROTC.
drums and stuff like that?
No, it's
Be
like left face,
aggressive.
right face, that kind of thing. But you
Like
also
stomping and stuff
mixed
like
in,
that?
yeah. But you also mixed in cheerleading.
Did you get
Okay.
slapped
Wow.
for that? Like, hey, he's
Nice.
the fucking drill team.
I
He's the
mean,
dude.
people were, they're pretty. I don't know. I mean, honestly, my whole childhood, I basically got bullied and
Yeah.
talked to, and I was like the outsider.
Where'd
so.
you grow up?
Tacoma, Washington.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
I'm from the town.
Went
too.
around, you know what I'm saying?
What
Grew up in
area
Hilltop.
specifically? Oh,
Hey.
Hilltop. Oh, yeah.
Graduated from Stadium.
You say
Okay,
you
yeah.
were treated as an outsider, bro.
I went to Lincoln.
Why was that?
I think that I just came from a different type of background. My mom, she came from, I guess you could call it poverty or the hood, however you want to put it.
Mhm.
And we traveled a lot. I was born in Lakewood, Washington at St. Clair, and they don't have babies there no more, so that's legendary.
What does that mean?
They don't have a baby thing there no more.
Place is closed down.
Okay.
Like they don't do births at St. Clair anymore. They send them to I think it's what's the nearest hospital? St. Joseph's or something?
Yeah.
One of the other ones that's
Tacoma.
not St. Clair. So it's pretty interesting though, because I always claim Tacoma, but I was technically born in Lakewood. But
Which is pretty much the
Lakewood,
same
Tacoma.
damn thing.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? We always
Yeah.
go to the bigger, right there.
The closest city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how would you say it was like growing up in Tacoma?
I mean, so I kind of moved around a lot.
Yeah.
I had some stuff happen during my childhood that made me have to go live with my grandma for a little bit, and that was in Spokane.
Can you touch on that?
Touch on that.
Or is it- if
I
you
went
can.
to a foster home and some stuff happened and kind of messed with my brain, and I was doing some things that was a little out of line, and there was a point in time where it was like my mom is like a single mom, and stuff,
Right.
and so
Yeah.
it was just kind of like, hey, this is getting to be too much. You need to go live with your grandma and kind of figure things out. And it was interesting because my grandma really didn't have too much authority either. So it was just kind of like I raised myself, sort of. You know what I mean? Within reason. But I'm also the oldest of siblings too. So I got 4 other siblings. I think Romeo, Madi, Xavier, Xander. Yeah. 4.
Yeah.
Well,
I
like
got
different
it.
fathers, same mother, different fathers.
Not so. Some of them have the same dad. I have a way different dad. My dad, unfortunately, is in prison right now.
Okay.
It'd be like that.
Yeah, for sure.
He's wild.
What for,
but-
bro?
What for? I mean, well, he's there, so I guess it's public knowledge. He was handling girls,
Gotcha.
unfortunately.
He was a pimp.
But I guess that's one way to put it.
How many years, bro?
He actually gets out in 2024. He wants to make a movie, so I'm gonna help him do it.
Wow.
You guys been
Yeah.
connected
Okay.
through everything, or have you said that?
Nah, so my mom had me when she was 14,
Yeah.
Wow.
and so she was pretty young. That's my
Yeah.
best friend,
Mhm.
and he just kind of found out that she was pregnant, and he
Okay.
dipped, and was like, "Whoa!" And then I met him a little bit with my grandpa, which is his dad, before he passed and stuff, and we hung out a couple times. I got to know him a little bit, but he wasn't really there as a dad. That's why I said I pretty much raised myself. When it comes to men, it's a little
Father figure.
interesting situation, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I hang around a lot of girls, so a lot of people, that's why people would say you're gay and all that stuff, and it's just it's funny because I've been engaged twice. I got
Yeah.
a lot of different exes,
Gotcha.
and that's what most of my music's about.
There you go. It
You know.
shines in the music.
Yeah, so tell us
Okay.
about that. Like when you describe your music and your sound, how would you describe it?
I mean, in plain terms, it's like a crybaby, but that's just joking around. No, I mean just emotions. big deal about like broken hearts and just a lot of times you want to build like that Kim and Kanye, which isn't even a reference anymore because they're not even together. And that's exactly the point, you know, is like I mean, everybody has their own opinion, but I think that, you know, as a relationship, sometimes you don't want to make that, you want to build an empire with somebody, but that's not always possible. You know, sometimes you got to just do it by yourself.
Hell yeah.
You know, that's how I roll.
You an
Obviously,
you an X fan?
X, like
Yeah.
XX Nation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Pete, X,
The
Juice,
hair is
for
with
sure.
the split.
Oh,
split
Hey,
hair and shit.
well, actually, the split is funny.
What
When I
inspires
jerked, so what inspires that is it was kind of like a signature for me when I danced.
that?
So I started dancing when jerking came out.
Oh, word, yeah.
nice. I
Volato
remember that
actually,
era.
Volato's not even in. They're
Yeah.
not even in service anymore. But I was sponsored by them a year ago.
Who is Volato? Skate team?
Volato Footwear. So
Okay.
they are a shoe that sponsored the jerk movement. You know, those like the
Nice.
new boys. You're a jerk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember
There's
that
this
shit.
team called the Misfits. I was a
Yep,
part
I
of this team
remember
called
that.
the Ones,
Wow.
who actually also was a part of the Misfits in one way or another. So
Okay.
it goes all the way back down to that, you know. And with Volato, I always wanted to be sponsored by them. And then when I started making music, my former manager, Dirty Harry,
Yeah.
The DJ?
yeah,
Word. DJ Dirty?
yeah,
That's dope.
it's the homie. But yeah, we just seen things a little bit differently and handled some things differently. But much respect to him, man. He's a good dude.
So he was
And-
earlier in your career? Like, were
yeah,
hands
during
on with you?
COVID, that kind of era, like
Oh.
right before that, like 2019. I played the Jimi Hendrix Memorial.
Word.
And then that was kind of when everything started. He was like, "What do you want?" And I was like, "I don't know. I kind of want to be sponsored by a shoe brand, a
Right.
specific one though, in LA." He was like, "You know what's funny? I'm friends with her." And I was like,
Word.
"You can't just make that happen, can you?" And he was like, "I don't know." And then that just makes me, you know, onto one thing that you guys should know about me is I'm really big on manifesting. So.
Oh, yeah. for sure.
You know, my whole life I basically claimed everything. Even like with this news that's going on right now with the whole Cheney Stadium and Trippie Redd and all
Yeah.
that.
Right.
That's a big manifestation.
Right.
Pretty much everything I do is intentional for sure.
So, what's the process of you manifesting? Is it just
I
thought,
just-
or is it just? Do you actually sit down, crystals?
Do you
Bro,
pray?
that's a good question.
Yeah.
Those are all good
What's the
questions.
process?
I mean, I have a church background for sure. I believe that there is a God. I also believe that I am a God of manifestation.
For sure.
And so, you know, I went on this little blind date and it went viral, and the media decided to spin it and go all crazy and stuff. But as far as manifesting, the way that I do it is I just claim it. You know, I'll meet somebody, right?
Mhm.
And I'll be like, I'm gonna do that. And then they'll be like, you're crazy. Like, you think. And then it's like, nah, it is. And, you know, one good example of that is it's on my YouTube. I filmed the whole thing. But I got a personal videographer. Her name's Angeline. Shout out Angelography Media. But I was doing the whole Storm the Area 51 thing.
Oh, you were there?
Yeah, so
Oh,
basically they
shit.
were doing this thing and it was supposed to happen. Shout out to Connie from Little Alien.
You
She
should've
was
jumped the
partnered.
fence, bro, and just ran.
Well, she was partnered with this dude named Maddie, and he basically made this Facebook event. It went all viral and everybody went.
That shit was huge.
Yeah, no, it was supposed to be, and then
Yeah.
he pulled out last minute. So they were doing a festival at the Area 51
Right, I remember
while
that.
storming it, basically.
Right. I remember that,
And
yeah.
he kind of got the idea, got super pumped, and then he backed out for whatever reason. They're actually in a lawsuit right now about it, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but I did, so it's fine. I'll tell her after this. But basically, with that, you know, he pulled out, and she still did the event, you know, and there was like this whole lineup, and I saw everything, and I was like, man, it'd be really cool to perform there, but I'm not on the bill. And so I was like, I'm gonna get on the bill. So then I messaged this videographer, and I was like, hey, so I don't have any money, but I have enough money to get us to Vegas or to, you know, Nevada and go do this, and I'm gonna go perform, you know, and I need proof that I did this because I know right now if I were to tell 5 or 6 people this, they'd be like, Kayne, that's impossible.
Yeah.
And, you know, and so I was like, so if you just come cram in this car with us, me and my dancers and my music that I'm starting to put out that I thought was really good but wasn't really that good, but I went and did it anyways, you know, and we went there and she was, the whole trip, everybody was like, dude, you really, like my little sister was like, you think you're really going to perform here? And I was like, well, worst case, we have a great time, guys, but I'm going to perform,
Yeah.
you know, and literally like first day, there's this guy walking around and he's like, man, there was an act that canceled. And
Wow.
I was like, oh, so you guys are looking for a performer then? And they were like, yeah, actually. And I was like, oh, I wish I would have known that. Well, actually, I have my USB. Let's talk about how we can get on there. And then, you know, the rest of the story is history. You know, I met this girl named Premier who's kind of famous. She's a little bit younger. Really good friend of mine. And then I also met a bunch of other crazy people out there, and they were just like, yeah, go ahead, do your thing. And it was a little
You
bit of
had
a...
dancers and all that kind of
That's
stuff
awesome.
too.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I come from a dance background. It's
Mhm.
called Varsity Crew Entertainment, which is not my record label.
Really?
Okay.
But it's still a dance team too.
Yeah.
You know, I'll still beat
How
people.
many dancers?
That's
on the
what's
team?
up. Yeah.
Well, I work with like, it's really ranged. You know, there was a point in time where we had like 20, 30, 40 dancers. You
Right.
know, we
Damn,
danced
what
with
the
like
fuck?
Snow the Product.
That's
We
right.
danced,
Yeah.
yeah, we danced with like Snow the Product.
Mhm.
I backup danced for BB Rexa. You know, I smoked with Afro Man.
Right.
Wow.
Some cool stuff. You know, I've done some pretty
Mhm.
crazy things. You know, and it all
Well,
started.
let me
from
ask you
learning.
this, just if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
So you working with all these people.
Yeah.
You had a sponsorship and all this kind of stuff, and like you're doing all these shows.
No, none of that
The-
was sponsored yet. That was all just.
Well, I'm talking
beliefs.
about like with the shoe sponsorship deal, right?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
does money come into play in any of this? Like, are you getting paid, or are you
Yeah.
paying the
So,
dancers?
well, so everything that I was just talking about, I think Alien Stock would have been 2019, right before the shoe sponsorship. Chronologically, I'm terrible at like lining things up. It was all kind of during COVID, basically.
Okay.
During COVID, there were a lot of people, you know, with all due respect, there were a lot of people that decided to get comfortable. And there were a lot of people that decided, hey, if I put in the work right now where everybody's down, you know, we could really make something happen.
Right.
And I have a lot of sales experience with doing like life insurance and ADT and a bunch of other crazy stuff. And so that's kind of what made me push towards this. So as far as money goes, for some of the stuff, I mean, like with shoes, I just got tons of shoes for free every time I went out
Okay.
there. You know, it's kind of like a give and get back. You know, the money kind of stuff didn't start coming till a little bit later. And that was more just because, you know, I mean, this is a kid that just keeps on going. You know, that's how I
That's
would
awesome.
describe myself. You know, and a lot of these brands, they don't know what to do. You know, and I didn't have too much of accolades to really go on. You know, with the shoe
Mhm.
brand, the reason why I got free shoes was because, you know, I had social media. I was consistent with my social media. I was known as a dancer. You know, I worked with the guy, what's his name, Zay Hilfiger. He reposted me. You know, there's a
Mhm.
lot of Ill Chris. He's from here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Shout out.
You know, I mean, I actually danced to probably 3 or 4 of his songs and just recently met him in person like 6 months ago.
Nice.
Or not, 6 weeks ago, you know, at Arch Rivals. So,
Right.
you know, it's just about kind of like from 2009 to now, I've just been working,
Just grinding.
you know.
That's dope.
Bro, I have a question, a burning question.
Sure.
So, how'd you get an opportunity, such a nice opportunity, to open up for Trippie Redd?
Well, you know, I've actually been hitting up the Dope Music Festival since they brought Chris Brown here, so that's like 10 years, I think. You know, and I don't do controversy, but I keep things straight, so I'm gonna just say it, right? So I hit them up every single year.
Mm.
You know, and the thing about it is in business, you gotta have certain, I guess, like, you gotta do it the right way, you know.
Mhm.
So just because there's an eager person hitting you up
Mhm.
that thinks or feels that they are a certain type of like point, you know what I mean, they may not be there, you know. And that's kind of a hard swallow I recently just took. You know, it's just kind of like, when I first was hitting them up, I was just this dancer who was dancing and kind of known for that. And then they put me on stage with Cocaine's daughter. I feel really bad because I kind of forgot. I think it's Anissa. I'm pretty sure it's
Mhm.
Anissa. It was at the Tacoma Dome at the old school night. You know, we did that, and that was in front of a lot of people, and that was
Mhm.
cool. That was me and my ex-fiance repping my dance team,
Mhm.
varsity crew.
Wow.
And, you know, so we did that. That was pretty surreal,
Okay.
you know, and I was like, dang, they finally took me serious a little
Yeah.
bit. And then I hit him up the next year, nothing. Hit him up the next year, nothing. And then, you know, this year, I was like, nah, I
Mhm.
got to get on that show. Like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going to get on that. And, you know, there are obviously ways you can get on shows, whether it
Mhm.
be to pay, to do whatever. And, you know, I've done that. I've paid thousands to be on tours with people.
Mhm.
You know, and then.
Is
at
it
the
worth
same-
it? Do you get all the, like, what
I
you're
think
after?
you need to have the proper setup,
Mhm.
you know.
Like
I
what?
think-
Like tour bus,
Lights and all that, or-
lighting, everything?
No, I think you just need to be
Performance.
ready. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
everybody wants to be
Performance ready.
eager to do everything, but the
Yeah.
thing is like, to give you an example, I've performed at OGZ. Not too many people know that. I've performed
Mhm.
at Rob Vicious. Not too many people know that. You know, I've, you know, hung out with
Yeah.
Lil Tracy the other day. You know,
Oh,
that was
word.
cool. Shout out to Il Chris
That's
for that
crazy.
opportunity. You
That's
know what I
awesome.
mean? That was
Mhm.
cool. But the thing is like, photos are everything, which is
Mhm.
why, you know, I'm always filming myself now and TikTok and stuff, which is really
Content is the name of the game.
yeah,
Yeah.
content.
Yeah,
Everything is content. There's like a
Right.
meme that goes like that, but
Yeah.
yeah, everything really is.
Wow.
But I think the biggest thing is that I have a lot of leverage. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? So there were points in times where I was paying for shows, and still, you know, if it makes sense,
Mhm.
if I pay for a show, then I'm gonna make sure that I can invest at least double that to be able to get the proper stuff from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I go to a show,
Mhm.
I remember last year I think I got offered to like open for 6ix9ine for 10,000, right?
Wow.
And like, Yeah, sure.
You did it?
10,000, you could
For
do that.
6'9"?
I did not open for him.
Okay.
No,
Oh.
I declined that. But you know what I mean? It was an opportunity. You
Why'd
know,
you decline,
in Texas.
bro? Was it too less?
I think 6'9" and
Or just-
me don't really mix.
Gotcha.
I think that $10,000 is a little crazy for like 5-7 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
that. But the thing is that time, you know, it matters and things. And I don't think that paying for stuff is
Okay.
bad. But I
Okay.
think that you need to be prepared. And if I would have done that, it would have been like, okay, what's really going to come from this? And that's the
So
thing
you
about
had to pay
paying.
them $10K to get on, or they were paying
That's
you
how it
10K?
would've been, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I
And
thought
so-
they were paying you.
No.
I was
So
like, well, okay,
no,
that
but
makes sense.
yeah. So when you pay to get on shows and stuff, it's like
Gotcha.
you have to make sure that you have the proper team. You know what I mean? Do you have that
The right
video guy
crowd.
following
To
you
have that
around?
reach,
Right.
Do you
right.
have all that? Because the thing is like
You can be lacking.
you go do Rolling Loud, you know, there's ways, you know, that you can get on there besides just getting on there, right? And is it going to be worth it? Do you have the backing to go show that you did that? Because if you go do a performance right now in the middle of the street, you know, grab your speakers, grab your mic, throw a random thing and get shut down by the cops, some people will talk about it. But if you
Yeah.
get a video of it
Yeah.
and advertise it,
Stephen
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really big on
Yeah,
the
put some
back
money
end
behind
side of
it.
things.
content, yeah, that's
You
right.
got to
know what I
get your
mean?
own
Visual,
back end
yeah.
with these
Like-
these opportunities. I get
Absolutely.
exactly
You know what I
you're
mean?
talking
Like,
about.
even this situation, you know, it's
Yeah.
like this podcast. You know, it's like I'm a part of this, and this is really dope.
Chance to tell
I
your
think
story,
this is like
right.
this is a moment, you know, between the Cheney Stadium, and I have another show right before that with my best friend Kira Michelle. It's at Real Art Tacoma, you know, which is a really sentimental place to me because when I graduated high school, I called about 200 dance studios, and I was like, yo, I need a dance studio for my team, you know, and then I got one call back from this guy, and you know, I'm not gonna name anybody, but you know, I got one call back from him, and he was like, all right, here's the keys. And then I I had this club called Club Varsity. I had a dance team called Varsity Career Entertainment that would literally train in those studios. And then some stuff happened. I threw a party, Seattle and Tacoma mix. There was a shooting. My mom was in the crossfire.
Which one?
And
Your mom got shot?
no,
I'm gonna say that.
Which part?
nah,
Crazy
she was in the
crazy as
crossfire.
hell,
It
boy.
was back like this was like way. I don't know. I was like, what am I? 26 now, so I was like,
Hey,
26.
No,
12.
yeah, me too. I'm
it was
older
like
than you.
the picture was like a basketball. It was like Club Varsity, and it was.
On
I
56.
threw a lot of 56 South Tacoma Way.
Yeah.
There were a lot of things that went down on that road. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
a
saying?
lot of
And
fucking
I
things.
had a lot of name in that, you know. And the thing was that was sucked. You know, it really did because
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was doing
That's the
as a
Tacoma
promoter.
curse, though. Like we speak on it a lot. Like
Right.
that specific area gets shut down every fucking time. Like
Well, that's the thing is we got to rewrite that narrative, you
You
know.
make
But
it
back
good.
then, you know, I didn't know anything, and I was honestly, I was upstairs with this girl, you know, and we were kicking it, and I was like, yeah, I'm this promoter. We got hella people downstairs. We just performed because back then I started my dance team the way that performers perform. I would start that with my dance team, so the music would come on and be like introducing Varsity Crew Entertainment, and then like you see my choreography go off like some
Right.
Chris Brown.
Nice.
No, it'd be dope. You know, it was a whole
Yeah.
experience, and then basically we do that, and then I go upstairs and kick it with a girl or whatever. And you know, that's one time there was like a shooting and stuff, and the guy who gave me the building, he was like, hey, never involve the cops, you know. And then the cops got involved, so it was just like, hey, sorry, we can't work together. Fast forward with some other stuff, boom 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 boom, Real Art happens. And then this guy named Josh Brumley, who a lot of people probably know, he shout out to Brumley Law Firm. You know, he was a promoter, and he hit me up, and we were talking, and he put me on. And you know, I've honestly, South Tacoma Way, man, I got a lot of time on that street, and I love it, and it's a good place. You know, I think that it sucks what's happening with all the shows and the things that are going on.
Yeah.
I think, but you just have to have a plan and really execute, have the proper security, have the event insurance, make sure that your crowd understands what they're going to. That's why I do a lot of EDM stuff as opposed to like hip
Yeah.
hop.
That's
yeah,
awesome, too.
for sure.
Bigger crowd and
Different vibe.
Yeah.
You know what
Absolutely.
I mean?
how'd you get in
Everybody
touch
coming
with your manager? My bad.
With my with
Your current
Harry-
manager, or
Oh.
the manager that you feel like really opened the door, like with this shit, really. showed you
I
everything.
mean, I'm really in the most unselfish way by myself. I have a lot
It was
of
all you.
partnerships.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I'm partnered with an energy drink called Riot Energy. Make sure you check them out. #Riot
How
Taste
did,
Test.
how
There
did,
it
yeah,
is.
how did that come about? That's what
I was doing Instacart, and I used to do Instacart to grind, like for music and promotion. You know, one little knowledge nugget here: if you're dropping music and you're not investing, just stop, quit.
Right.
Realistically,
Investing
you know,
in what though?
Marketing.
investing in marketing, playlisting. Now, I'm gonna
Visuals,
drop
okay.
gems that you would see celebrities drop, because the thing is you really, too many people don't share on it too much, but you got to put a lot of time and money into it. You know, you got to be able to email those curators. You have to be able to get on those blogs. You have to have these relationships. You got to go out to events. You got to network. You got to really make sure that you understand that your net worth is your network.
Right.
And that's part of the reason why I've gotten as far as I have, is because I'm able to leverage the fact that I'm partnered with a label in New York. I'm able to leverage the fact that I'm with Riot Energy, which is an energy drink that I found while I was hustling doing Instacart. Messaged them, told them I had 20,000 followers on Instagram, and then they sent me a package, and I did everything I could with that package of product. Photo shoots, models, girl, because I did the male modeling thing too, and I still do.
Does that come with money though?
At first it was like,
No, that's
I love
real-
hey,
that's
I love
that's
that.
real-
So,
where's the money
you know,
at?
it's funny. So
Where's money?
the
My
money
man's on
comes
pure energy
from,
right now.
believing and kind of doing the thing. So with Riot, it was interesting because you got to get that free trial. That's how it works, right? So what I did is I believed that the product they sent me, knowing that I was about to move to LA, if I did what I needed to do with it, shout out to Cheyenne. She was one of the models I first brought out with it. And, you know what I'm saying? We did a little photo shoot, made it happen. And then I sent that to them. And then I just kept doing some photo shoots and videos like, hey, it's right. You got to try it. It's marketing. I watched a lot of TV when I was younger, watched the commercials, etc. Got all that together. We had a meeting, and it was kind of like, what can you do for us? What can I do for you? And they're in Amazon, or they're in Kroger, like QFC, Fred Meyer's, things like that. They're in Whole Foods, and so they're already out there. They just didn't have a huge social media presence. And so I told them, like, look, this is what I make doing Instacart, and I guess that's probably the best way I'll put it, is after that, we had a conversation, we figured out some sort of agreement. And, it's not really about having a bunch of money. It's really just about being able to save some of that time. $1,000 might be 2 days I don't have to do Instacart, 2 days that I can go talk about this energy drink and get it into the proper people's hands. Macklemore shouted out Riot, Lil Tracy shouted out Riot. That's because of me. And then I put in that work, and those cosigns probably would have costed them thousands.
Yeah.
But I'm a rock star, and I get into my situations and I'm in the right positions, and I make sure that people hear about Riot. I got Riot with me here today. I'm gonna leave you guys with some.
Maybe you want to show the camera, bro? Maybe.
Yeah.
Put some Riot on here.
I
Sponsored
appreciate
by
that.
Riot.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I see you got a microphone
Yeah,
with you
that's
too, bro. Like,
Hey,
what's
I
that
do.
about?
So this is a partnership that I'm working on right now.
Nice.
It's called a dabaphone. I actually texted him to make sure
Dab.
that I could.
Dab.
Yeah. So
That's a
it's 3
bomb.
dabs.
Oh shit.
Can't show too much of that though, because you get this in the concerts, you can get in trouble.
It's like a dab ring.
Yeah. So it's 3 dab pens.
Dope.
And so you hit it, you suck it or whatever,
3.
and then just.
And it looks like you're on the mic.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I make music, so I told him, hey, you got to put my logos on there. So my clothing line logo's on there, my logo's on there,
That's
and
sick, man.
So the
yeah.
situation
That's
with the
dope.
label in New York, run us through that? How's that working? Are you like more so an A&R for the label, and you're talent scouting, or you're an artist partner with the label?
So I had a headline show in Los Angeles. I had 2 weeks to put it together, and I've been, like I said, so since Club Varsity, which I mentioned earlier, I've been throwing events since I was a kid. So throwing events is not really hard for me. It's just about figuring out how to do it,
Right.
as far as like what you want to get from it. Because the thing is if you're just in stuff for money, right? Once upon a time ago, I was like, I want to become famous and rich. The thing is like I've met so many people at like the highest levels that I've been like, if that's what you're doing and that's what you're doing it for, just quit. Because like you're gonna get there and you're gonna be like, dang, what's left, right? Or you're gonna be like, dang, I want more. You know what I mean? I watched like Russ interviews, pretty tough. I think I just totally went offside of your question. That happens. My bad.
No, good.
But yeah, so with the label, New York, that's where it was. Right. So I had the headline show. It was successful. That was super cool. And then I got my LLC, which was the next step of being serious in the artistry, right? And I turned my dance team into my record label.
So like Varsity Entertainment LLC.
Varsity Crew Entertainment, yeah. And so my mom actually has it tatted on her face.
No
Word.
way.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yo, you gotta show us a picture of your mom or something like
Yeah,
that.
we
She
gotta-
sings lit as fuck.
We gonna post a picture right here.
have to post it.
Yeah, I have to send it to
That's
you.
awesome, man. Face
I have to
tat.
take a picture.
Shout out moms, man.
Yeah.
That's dedication.
Shout
right
out
there.
Angel Body Piercing. If you need piercing, she's the best piercer in Washington.
That's crazy.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But that's my mom. Yeah. I told you, she had me when she was 14. We're best friends.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, man.
That's lit. That's lit.
But yeah, no, with the label, man, what it is a partnership. So I don't really want to, I never really wanted to, well, actually, reverse. I actually really wanted to sign to a big label. I was like, oh my gosh, sell my soul, all that crazy stuff, and people
As
joke
in you
and they don't
would?
joke about it.
Like really
at
selling
one point in
yourself.
time,
And you would
At one
sell
point in
yourself?
time, I would have been like, yeah, I would do that. But the thing is like, once I declared that I was a god of manifestation, I was just kind of like, you know, selling your soul sounds kind of crazy, but if you think about it, the reason why you would sell your soul is so that you had enough power. But if you believe you have enough power and you believe it's in yourself and you work through the guy upstairs or the universe or whatever you believe in, you could do it all. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so was it selling your soul like soul sacrifice type shit? All the crazy
I think
shit?
you just look it up. You know what I mean? You got
but you were with whatever that came with.
MGK and, you know, what's her face doing the blood transfers or whatever. You know, I mean, like, whatever it meant. You know, I really wanted to just feel, like I said, when I was younger, I got bullied. Nobody believed in me. You know, my whole life, I've been told no. My whole life, I've been told you can't do that. My whole life, I've been told, you think you could do that? Right. Now, they're all in my inbox. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so if a shadow figure come through this door right now, hooded, I have 500 million. We need you to do something for us.
Nah, man, I just
sign on here with your blood.
No, I mean, the thing is just like, you just have to believe in yourself. And the thing was I was just so desperate for a belief besides like God and whatever else. I just thought like I would do whatever it took to become famous. But the thing is like that mindset is what showed me that like there's people out here that really lose their lives because of that.
No, for sure.
You know, like, and that's
more importantly, their souls.
That's true too.
Like you could be out here shellless, like just a shell.
That's true.
And
you
just
know,
fucking, that's not living.
Deep out here. This interview is gonna go crazy.
That's not
yeah, no, I mean that's the thing though, is that I switched my mentality and I was like, look, if you think you could do that and go all crazy, you know, I got a lot of friends that have rules, because there's a lot in the music industry, and I'm not gonna touch on it because I know some of the stuff that some of these bigger people know. You know, that the music industry, there's a lot more underneath that people don't know about, and that's on a serious note. But the thing
would it be relating to what we're talking about?
I think if you do research and just, you know, I'll just drop one name, Epstein, right? There's all types of crazy stuff in the music industry. And the thing is like, you have to be aware that that can happen if you get to these levels and you don't have the leverage. You know what I'm saying? So me, I'm building my empire so that if any weird stuff comes to me, it's like, bro, literally, I got like 300 partners. What are you talking about? I don't need you. And if you try to blacklist me, I got 300 partners with thousands of followers, millions of followers by that time, that will back me if you try to blacklist me. Because, you know, people say Kanye's crazy. I'll leave it at this part right here. People say Kanye's crazy. Is he really crazy?
No,
or did the industry try and blacklist him?
No, Kanye's a genius. But
you know what I mean?
Since we're on subject, I just want to touch on one more thing.
Sure.
So you say you're half in LA and half out here, right? So do you feel that energy of LA, like that? It's like a dark, weird energy. Have you ever felt that way? Like Hollywood specifically, kind of like.
I mean, there you go to some parties. You know what I mean? You see some things, and you know the thing. I mean, like it is what it is, and you just kind of have to realize. Because the thing is, if you say the wrong thing to the wrong person, you could put yourself in some real crazy predicaments if you don't have the proper backing. You know, and nobody really knows about this because some people aren't allowed to talk about it or whatever. I think that I'm at a point in my life where I can, you know, at least be like, yo, it is deeper than what you think it is.
And when you say backing, do you mean just like people with money to like have your back?
I
like
mean,
lawyers.
No.
You mentioned a lawyer earlier.
It's all about fun.
Manpower.
It's all about money. I love it.
Pretty much. That's America.
Nah, man. But the thing is if you don't worry about money, the money will come.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real shit.
Well, okay. So let me ask you this question then.
Sure.
It sounds like from what you said so far, sounds like you're motivated to prove people wrong. And
absolutely. That's like my whole life.
A level of validation. Like, would you say is that your sole motivation, or what is it that motivates you?
Like I said, just like nobody is really, now people are messaging me and being like, yo, I'm proud of you. Yo, that's crazy. They're sharing my name. You know, but it's like thinking back to the times, you know, I could be salty about it, or I could be like, you know, maybe I wasn't there yet. But the thing is like I right now offer consultations to artists to teach them stuff that they don't know about. You know what I'm saying? Like a publishing deal. I didn't know what that was when I first started music, but I could tell 15 artists right now how to do it and how much it's going to cost them and what they need to do, and are they ready for it? Did they put the proper production? You know, I mean, there's a whole thing to it. You know, it's more than just dropping a song, you know, and so for me, now that I have that knowledge and things like that, I think that that's kind of the big overcome of everything. Is my motivation is just to help people. I think that's my calling in life. You know, when you take it back down to like the church side of things, you know, you have to think of like your why. you know. And at one point in time, my why was like the money and the fame, but like
self-gratification.
I've went viral already. I saw what it is, and honestly, when you have a lot of eyes on you, there's a lot of people that are negative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you could look up on Google, you could look up my name and then put the word rock star afterward, and this blind date thing will pop up. I think I told 28 million people that I'm a rock star, and then about half of them told me no. But guess what? They still watched me, which then means that 14 million people watched me, right? So then, am I creating my own narrative? I sure am. You know, and the cool part is those videos are going to continue to grow for the rest of my career, and it hasn't even been a year yet, and we're talking like millions of views. I go places and people are like, "Weren't you on that one reality TV show?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm a rock star. Have you checked out my newest single?" They're like, "No, but I love to because like I'm meeting you in person." Because people want to be a part of what's going on, you know, and sometimes the best thing I've learned is that things will come way different than you expected. I did not think an energy drink was going to be, you know, part of the reason that I started to get the gratification that I wanted, you know, and the biggest thing is I want to help my family. You know, I grew up with nothing, had roaches crawling out my backpack. It was wild, you know, it was nuts. And that's not because of my mom, and that's not because of anything. It's just, that's how life, that's the cards that were dealt. You know, I got friends that have cards that were dealt a little bit differently and silver spoons, etc. And, you know, we all joke about it, but it's seriousness. You know, I'm non-monogamous, and my partner, not partner, friend, whatever we are at the moment, you know, she's in the Navy, and she be, you know, kind of doing the positivity stuff and things. And I'm like, yo, you need to make sure you know, you do things like lock such and such, right? And like, I had to teach her that. Before that, she was like, I don't do that. I was like, bro, I grew up in Tacoma. What do you mean you don't lock your doors? We lock our doors every day right now. Make that a pact. You know, like, that's just how life goes.
You said non-monogamous. Is that like polygamy?
I think poly is different because, you know, this is one of those things that happened in the little dating thing. But I think being poly is like really more open to the situation.
Right.
Being non-monogamous is like a next level communication. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm sitting here and there's like two cute girls over there and my girl's over here,
look at them bitches.
I'll be like,
she got ass, huh?
I kind of want to kiss her, and be like,
that's polygamy.
Cool. And then do it.
Man,
but like,
awesome.
I think polygamy is just like you do it and then they're just okay.
Okay, so non-monogamous is more so
Non-monogamy is
playing with
very
it, and you're just like expressing yourself.
Well, it's like
But you're not acting on it.
I would just say communication. That's probably my best way of putting it. I think that they are the same, but when I think of non-monogamy, I know when someone says, oh, we're practicing ethical non-monogamy, that is the fact that if I see a cute girl, I'm going to respect my partner or my partners and say, hey, I'm about to kiss this girl, just letting you know.
What if she said the same thing to you? Like, I'm finna go
or
dope these dudes.
Yeah.
No, it's a good question.
You would be like, fine.
That's polygamy, but
that sounds kind of crazy, bro.
It does sound crazy, doesn't it?
What if she want to take it to the next level? Like, let's have fun with these.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, like within reason, you know, monkeypox and all this crazy shit.
Yeah.
Right. Of course, hell no.
I mean, like, you know, I mean, I go to raves, you know, if that says anything.
Craziest rave story right now.
Craziest rave story.
You take Molly, right? Right before you go in.
Whoa there. Interview.
There's nothing wrong with that, bro.
Acid.
This is an adult podcast.
Bro, we fuck with
yes or no? No, I
we
don't.
fuck with acid. We fuck with LSD. We fuck with ayahuasca.
Whatever.
Come on, man. We got stories.
I've had some fun in my life.
There you go. We'll keep it at that. Okay.
And then, I mean, I think shrooms are, they're definitely a good way to, like, if you like microdose, there's, like, some definitely power in that.
Hell yeah.
For sure. That's why they're kind of working on, like, legalizing it and whatnot. But yeah,
DMT?
Craziest rave story. I've done that, yeah.
I want to hear your trip. I'll share mine, too.
Craziest rave story. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't really talk about anything personally because my whole life is a billboard. So, like,
there you go.
I know that when I say things, it's like, yes, right here, I'm in the room with 4 of you guys, but I've been to LA, I've been to Vegas, I've been to Cali. So, like, the words that I say right now are about to travel. And 10 years from now, those same words might travel again. And so it's just kind of like, I got to think with the landscape of stuff. So we'll just say that there was a girl that, like,
you saying you're PC, bro? You're PC? You're like, I don't want to say this because it's I got to be politically
when you show
correct.
your kids one day.
Absolutely.
You know?
But if it's a positive thing that
I used
positively...
to have a PR. Unfortunately, he passed away, but he would train before.
Public
representative. Man. But, yeah, I had, like, a PR, which is public relations. He would control what I said.
Oh,
you know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying is, like, you got to dress for the job you want. You know, at one point in time, I had a manager, a songwriter, a public relations,
producer,
you know, all that, you know. And right now I have a pretty good amount of that still. But you know, I don't have a PR necessarily anymore. I have a label in New York that kind of warns me to think before you say things.
I feel like psychedelics is such a positive thing though to promote.
It can be. I think that microdosing is a good way to promote it for sure. Because you don't want somebody to like get into a situation and go try Molly and then all of a sudden end up dead because it's fentanyl in it. You know what I'm saying?
No. Not no pill.
That's not
funny, plant medicine. Is what
right.
Yeah.
Right. But you know, that's kind of the reality. Is like if I would have just said like, oh yeah, I tried it, way dope. Someone else might, someone watching me that looks up to what I say or watches what I'm doing right now, might be like, I gotta go try that.
But then this is where you can help them. Like check it. This is how you see if it's real or not.
Kits, Amazon.
Yada yada yada. Don't take it from a stranger on the street.
Testing
Absolutely.
kits. You know,
testing kits are
promoting safety now. There it is.
Yeah, they get free. They get free
so
testing
kids.
kits. Yeah.
If you're gonna do drugs, get a testing kit.
Kids out there, I would say don't pop no pills. Fuck the pills. Stick to what grows out the ground.
That is natural stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Weed.
I think that everybody makes their own decisions, and if you should be as most well informed about the decision that you're going to make before you decide to make it.
Be smart and safe. That's all. Right.
Yeah.
Double S.
True.
Well, man, so you're gonna be kicking it with Trippy here soon, then, huh?
It could be fun. Yeah. We see what's up. Maybe he'll try Riot.
How long is your set? They give you a set time?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
No, I might bring a friend of mine with me. It kind of depends on how long the set is. I'm throwing a festival like literally October 15th and 16th, and I'm promoting it there at Summer Sky, so that'll be cool.
You got the venue for the festival? Yeah,
it's in Roy, Washington. It's on 7.5 acres. If you go to bit.ly/mischievous MISCHIEVOUS 2022, you can get tickets. Right now the VIP is $120. That's 2 admissions. That's camping. That's 2 cans of Riot, and that's admission to the pre-party that's exclusive to VIP. So make sure you do that. Shameless plug.
Fire. Bro, what's your biggest song right now today?
Stress Me Out.
Stress Me Out. How many plays would you say it has?
103,000.
103,000.
Wow. Nice.
Okay.
All organic.
Does it have a music video with it?
Music video. I want a helicopter, so we've been waiting.
Okay. Do you have any visuals out right now?
I want a girl with split hair and a helicopter, and the helicopter costs a little bit of money, so I'm learning how to work with. Like I said, I'm not gonna give all my secrets.
Aviation.
Would you settle for green screen?
No, I would really just go do it.
The real legit.
Yeah.
They got a mini helicopter you can do. It's a tour around the city. I'm not sure how that would work, but
it depends, because we want to do like a photo shoot with it. I probably bring some of my clothing line with me, bring a couple girls. Like
a crazy
the thing is like everything you do, you want to make something else from it. You know what I'm saying? If I do a show, I need to make sure that I got a show right after.
Take full advantage of it.
Cheney Stadium, I announced it, and I got a show next day, immediately. A show that actually I can't announce right now, but it's a real big show, and it's kind of dope because I attended that show as an attendee, and now they're like, yo, I got a spot for you, send me some pictures, send me your press kit, let's do it. And I'm like, yo, that's dope. But unfortunately I do work with partners. Not unfortunately, fortunately I do, which means that I can't just make a decision on the flip. Which if there's any piece of advice I have, I'm going into it 2023 the same way. Think before you do things. You know, I've made a lot of crazy decisions in my life because it was like, oh my God, this person's here, we're gonna go with them and go to their party and whatever, and then some wildness happens, and it's like, yo, if I would have just thought like and gave it literally another like hour of thinking, like, you know, that might not pan out the way it's supposed to. You know, like never impulsively, and that's the same thing like for all the inspiring artists that are watching this. You know, it's like with these label deals, there's a lot of politics that goes into that. So if you don't have a lawyer or whatever, just make sure that you, at minimum, sit on it for at least 24 hours. You know, really think about what you're doing. Any document you're publishing, if you're handling that already. If you're not, go get your stuff published. If you need help, again, hit me up. I got a label here in Tacoma, Seattle, Pacific Northwest, Varsity Crew Entertainment. Dope. We are going to be working with other artists.
There you go.
You know, we're going to be offering published deals. I'm going to be doing song reviews coming soon. We're building an app. We're doing a lot of crazy stuff. So, like I said, I'm a back-end kid. You know, I'm from the front end, rock star, perform, lit, whatever. But there's a whole army that I'm building in the back end.
All right, Kayne, man, we're getting ready to wrap up. I want to leave you with one more question, man. Flash question, right?
All right, flash question.
Boom. You're in a sandwich situation. Your dad's an inching you and you're an inching your mom. Do you scoot forward or backwards to get out?
Can you repeat the question?
I see this shit on some shit. You're in a sandwich situation. Mm-hmm. Your dad's an inching you. You're an inching your mom. Do you scoot forward or backwards to get out?
That is incest.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I would leave. I would. Wait.
How do you leave? Do you scoot forward or backwards to get out?
I see.
I fucked you up. Yeah, it's good. You don't have to.
I would use one hand and one hand, and saying this.
Okay. There you go.
I'd be like, whoa, this is weird, guys. What are we doing? We gotta back up.
Crazy question, man. Wow.
Good shit.
Yeah, we gonna fuck with you on a concert tip and all that kind of shit.
Sure. Yeah, no, I would love to work with you guys. I'm throwing lots of things. I got a show September 17th with Kira Michelle and Josh Kayne. He just won Battle of the Band. Shout out Josh Kayne at Real Art Tacoma. Hit me up. I got physical tickets. Make sure you try Riot Energy. It's the cleanest energy drink. No taurine, no guarana.
Shout
vegan.
Out Riot.
Turn up. And you can find it at Kroger, which is QFC, Fred Meyers, that kind of thing. And shout out 58 Projects, which is my partner. Like I said, I have a label here in the Pacific Northwest. We are looking for artists, but you got to be really serious and really know what you want, as well as, we're gonna make sure that you got all your stuff right when you come to a real big label. And there's a lot of times that people don't get taught about certain things. And I have learned a lot this last 2 years. I had a song taken down and then it got put back up, and there's a reason why. And I didn't know it till then. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And you got to have those publishing licenses. It's a thing.
Was that a feature? Was that a feature?
What?
Was it a feature?
No. Okay. No, actually, it stressed me out.
Oh, right.
Yeah, got taken down at 100K. Spotify was like, "Whoa, you're popping, bro." Yeah. I was like, "Whoa, what the heck?" Yeah. And then my label was like, "Bro, do you have publish?" I was like, "I do now."
So wait, they took it down because you're popping?
Well, the thing is, Spotify, whatever, we're here, we're doing it. Spotify is a big company, you know what I mean? And so DistroKid, United Masters, things like that, they're cool, but the thing is if you get a stream in India, you get a stream over here, you're getting, I'm in 100 and I think 87 countries or something. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if your music's getting streamed in these different places, sometimes if you're an independent artist with not too much backing, they can easily just be like, oh, your song is doing really well. It doesn't look like you own it. You're missing some things here. You haven't talked to the right people to learn about the proper things that you need to know. Shit. So we're going to take it down, and then we're going to tell you that it's for something that it's not because whatever. And then you just put it back up, and guess what? Now they're like, hey, this song got taken down. Do you have proof of ownership? Matter of fact, I do. Here's my publishing license. Bang. All the streams back. Songs back up.
All the streams back. Okay.
Cool. Own the road to 1 million.
Damn.
Let's go.
Yeah. That proper backing, man. They had your back. Yeah. Some people would be discouraged. Like for me, example, I'm done with this. I'm going somewhere else. But it's like mining for that gold nuggets right there. So props to you, man. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
Appreciate y'all. You can
Let's
see me
get
on
them
right now.
Bro. GTKE.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's dope, bro.